by the sunshine and lush by the rains. Say a gem light and fair between mountains and seas. Your children salute you, dear land of the free, land of Guyana. Our heroes of yore, both bondsmen and free, laid their bones on your shore. This soil so they hallowed, and from them are we, all sons of one mother, Guyana, the great land of...
Good night, everyone. Good morning, wherever you are, whatever part of the world you are. And welcome to Globespan Television, operated by Mr. Noir Singh. And our technical directors are Mr. Devin Bissoon and Mr. Ryan Gobin. Tonight we have on this program Mr. Carl Greenidge, and he will tell us all what's happening with the border controversy and so forth. But before we get to him, I want you all to know that Globespan is broadcast live from New York, and we are a fair and balanced network. We normally will invite guests from every political party, from every level. Who wants to come on. They come here anytime. So that's what I want to say. And also, I want you all to know that the views expressed tonight by our guests are his and not necessarily those of this management or staff of Globespan Television. So, with that said, I will not take further time into that. I'll get to certain things later on. So, I want to welcome Mr. Greenidge. Mr. Greenidge, welcome to Globespan Television.
Good evening, Dr. Rose. I'm happy to have been invited. I hope we can help to enlighten your audience on things that matter.
Sure. As Guyanese know, the border controversy has been spreading. Venezuela incurred into Guyana's territory about a month ago. Then Maduro, the president of Venezuela, plans to hold elections to elect a governor to govern Essequibo, and I think local government officials and so forth. And with all this took place within the past month and a half. So my question to you, Mr. Greenidge, were you surprised at Maduro's behavior?
Well, no, I can't say that I am surprised, nor, in fairness, can I say to you, I had anticipated all the different steps that he has taken. So that is the truth. As regards the continued willingness to confront the court, for example, that's been clear for a long time. But exactly how he would do it is a different matter. And we're watching how this unfolds. The idea that you can lay claim to a land that you've never governed, that you don't even know the different segments of, and that you would follow that up by having an election not contributed to by the people that are living in the country or citizens of that country, but an election in which you get the views of foreigners, exclusively of foreigners, and you asking them what is to be done with this country, what you will do with it. That is rather strange, and I think it is a little bizarre. And that has been followed up. The referendum, that is, of last year is now being followed up by a threat to hold an election. it is clear that the Venezuelans are not in a position to mount an election within the territory of Essequibo, but they still persist in telling the world and fooling Venezuelans and those who are gullible in the Caribbean that they are having assemblies, and as a result of that process, they will be in a position to choose a governor for this state, which they call it the 24th state. They will choose a list of regional legislators as well as national deputies. It is an absurdity, but it is in keeping with the other things that Mr. Maduro and his merry band have been doing for the longest while. So we watch at times in some amazement as to how you can live a lie, how far they be willing to go to pretend that they had owned territory, it was stolen from them, that they had won an arbitral award and it wasn't given to them, and that the public is behind them, so they will be giving out ID cards and other things based upon which Guyanese within the borders of Essequibo will somehow elect Mr. Maduro and his colleagues. It is bizarre, and I think people look at it rather bemused. So that's the situation now. You've correctly pointed out that that these things have occurred, and we have drawn them to the attention of the UN, drawn them to the attention of the court. We've had very good reactions from important segments of the international community who have called upon them. The past presidents of the region, for example, have called upon the Maduro administration to live within the tenets of the law. Not that they've taken any notice. But for the moment, that is as much as we can do.
I want you to explain to our listeners that if he holds an election in Essequibo, it will be Guyanese who will be voting.
Well, will it? That is what he will say. But as of now, nothing has been done on the ground this side of Tororemo, which is a point on the western border. It is in Venezuela, it's on the border. Nothing has been done to even delineate the constituencies, let alone to group the people within the constituencies and say this is constituency 1 or 2, and there are 30,000 electors in that constituency. These are the names of the constituents in another constituency. You can recognize them all as Guyanese. And from them, we are hoping they will appoint or they will elect another set of Guyanese that you know. No such thing has occurred. And even on the Venezuelan side, there have been queries as to what is really going on. How can you have an election and these basic tenets have not been met? So we are waiting. My own view is that this will be something entirely virtual. They will do it from 2 or 3 desks in Caracas or elsewhere, from lists that they have compiled. As with 2 young ladies, I saw them parading as beauty queens who have nothing to do with Guyana and just behave as though they were, and hope that somehow they can have a comedy in front of the world, suggesting that yeah, we have got a set of Guyanese and they have voted. Now, what you know, and what makes that situation ridiculous, is that people are still leaving Venezuela in large numbers. And only the other day, the Minister of Home Affairs was reporting having to turn back a boatload of 75 Venezuelans who had arrived. So you are in a hurry to make Guyanese Venezuelans when your own citizens are not inclined to stay in your country.
True. Now, my question to you is this. Uh, Minister Ben warned of any Guyanese taking part will be charged for treason. Now, how would he charge them for treason if Venezuela is going to protect them?
Well, Venezuela clearly can't protect them if they are operating from within Guyana's borders. And I don't really know why Minister Ben, maybe just as to make um, to make certainty absolutely sure. I don't know why he bothered. Because if they can't at this point in time, a month or two before the election, mobilize um, people so as to prepare a list to identify the constituencies, to delineate the areas, then that election is going to be a farce, just something that they carry out um, virtually. You can't, you can't, you
The
can't,
the the government. Go ahead.
you can't charge Venezuelans for treason in Guyana. You charge them for something else. But I don't get the impression that he really is targeting most of the Venezuelans in Guyana. He's trying to sell to the world that they have marked out this area as being Venezuelan territory. They're going to hold an election in that territory after uh, going around, and then people will recognize those who've been
No,
elected.
I think he targeted Guyanese. Guyanese who joined with
But
Venezuelans.
you're going to be having Guyanese vote. The referendum didn't involve any Guyanese voting, and there was no pretense of that. And if Venezuelans are running from Venezuela to come to Guyana, um, and you are mobilizing them for elections, we will at least know on the ground. This is a small place, and people speak. So I don't know how he's going to mobilize Guyanese, of all people, to do something as surreptitious as this without anyone knowing. The secret is
Okay.
absolutely.
Now,
Mhm. It's such a secret that no one knows. What is the
the
purpose of the exercise?
government of Guyana does the International Court of Justice,
You are breaking up quite badly.
the ICJ.
Dr. Rose, you're breaking up quite badly. I can't decipher what you're saying.
You there?
I'm hearing you now.
You hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Mr. Gordon? No, I know. Okay. My next question, though, is this.
It's the sound that is going. Your next question is what?
True, true. Now, my question to you, next question is this.
Sound is gone completely. Hmm. Can you hear me? Dr. Rose, can you hear me at all? I've lost you completely. I've,
You
I've,
there, Mr. Gurnett?
I've lost you completely, and the picture
Okay.
has a lag.
My next question, I think we are having some internet problems with you, but my next question, you hearing me,
I can hear you.
Mr. Greenwich?
Yes, your next question. But you've gone again.
I think it's happening at your end, though.
You think the problem is at my end?
You hearing me now,
I
Mr.
can hear you speak,
Greenwich?
but if
Mr.
you,
Granadich,
yes,
everything is fine with your video. I believe Dr. Rose is having some internet issues at the
no,
moment.
I'm having I'm also having issues in that whilst I think he can hear me, I cannot hear a complete
It's
sentence from him.
your end, though.
Yes, it's feedback.
I'm sure.
So you just want me to hold?
You hearing me
Yes,
now?
please hold.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Is it you're concerned about? Where does what stand?
Yeah, we have some technical problems.
Yes, your technical man has asked me to hold a minute.
The government of Guyana has the International Court of Justice to block the elections, which is scheduled for sometime in April. Where is that case now? Is the ICJ
Sorry, just one more moment. Dr. Rose is still just rejoining. Mr. Greenwich, sorry, we just need to quickly restart the meeting. Would you be able to just rejoin?
Would you like me to close and then rejoin?